जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं.
Paramahamsa Nithyananda is a rare living incarnation, a yogi by birth. He has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English, books in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese, with translations in 26 languages are available. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 8,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services, ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world offer exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. Having meditation centers in 151 countries including Bidadi, Tiruvannamalai, Rajapalyam, Salem, Hyderabad, Varanasi, Los Angeles, Ohio, Seattle, San Jose and Phoenix. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, a spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation. A contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers. Adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, he has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands, gracing them with spiritual powers. A spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples worldwide in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places like Bangalore, Hyderabad and Tiruvannamalai in India. A dynamic young guru who is an inspiration to thousands of youngsters. India's most watched spiritual guru online. A beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nithyananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment.
Vande Papa Vinashaktam Nithyanandaya Swagatam Nityamuktam Nirvikalpam Dhyana Pradipakam Vande Shantamayam Bandham Nithyanandaya Swagatam Ananda Gandha Sancharam Sarvopadhi Vinirmuktam Vande Jnanalayam Natham Nithyanandaya Swagatam.
Today is March 3rd. Jivan Mukti Jayanti. Exactly 3 years before I released the Jivan Mukti book, and now the book is presently available in 23 languages and sold more than 1 million copies. And today, as dedication to the Jivan Mukti book, Tamil Publication Department is bringing out a brand new Tamil website. I am inaugurating the Tamil website. Sudha, she's asking from Chicago, USA, what are the three main steps a parents can do at home to groom the child in Vedic way? How to choose the schools for my child? Sudha, if you are honest, you know you don't have much options in USA. If you are really sincere and honest, I'll give you three steps. First step, book a ticket to Bidadi. Second step, admit the child in Gurukul. Third step, don't come back again for the next 7 years. Please understand. No, really. See, Vasishta in Vasishta Gurukula, Dasaratha and Kaushalya and Kaikeyi and Sumatra, all four of them are too attached to their 4 kids. Even in imagination, I have never seen the better imagination than Ramayanam family. God. What a cultured people. The Raghuvamshis, the Suryavamshis, Chandravanshis are the dirtiest people on the planet Earth. The Suryavanshis are the best people on the planet Earth. So naturally these guys are stable family people. See, people of stable family. The love was so strong. Dasaratha and the parents, they were not able to handle when the kids went to Gurukul with Vasishta. But as Allah, they have to go to the Gurukul to study. You will be shocked. 7 years, Vasishta did not allow the parents to see the kids even once. And Dasaratha is supposed to be the king. He can straight enter into the Gurukul and see the kids. But those kings are nice people, not the third-rate, cheap Sun TV journalist. Straight, he could have entered. No. Finally, once they are not able to control. So, Dasaratha goes to Vasishta Gurukul in the name of donating 1,000 cows. And Vasishta stops Dasaratha in the entrance, takes the donation and sends him back. Sends all the 4 back. He says, no. 7 years, you have no right over the child. Between 7 to 14, child should not see parents. That is the, you see, either go to this extreme. They should completely grow with you. You also behave like a guru. Like, I always say that they should be sleeping, even sleeping in your lap. Go to that. Because now the Gurukuls are not available, I am giving you that option. But if you are really authentic, see, if you are honest about your child's future, go for this option. Let it sleep in your lap and you personally groom. Stop going for job. If you want to go for job, why did you give birth to a child? See, I am very clear about my life. I have too much of work. So I have decided no kids, no marriage in my life. Same way, if you think you have too much of work, then why did you get married? Why did you give birth to a child? Why are you wasting somebody else's life? You work, make money, have a vacation, go and lie down in any beach you want. Enjoy. The problem is without capacity, you are trying to play all the dimensions. Just because you can get pregnant and deliver a child, don't think you can become a mother. Just because you can do dash, 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 don't think you can become a father. So be very clear. Parenting is a separate art. It's not a joke. You are playing literally with one person's life. Just yesterday in the NSP I was telling, even to attend a small disease, stomach pain or knee pain, you need to study 6 years and get that MBBS. You have to get that MBBS, only then you can even attend give a small medicine, and to go and stand in the court and blurt out whatever comes in your mouth and confuse the lawyer, confuse the opposite side lawyer and confuse the judge. Just for that you need to study so many years and get that LLB. I saw, see, now I know so much about court. The person who can confuse others wins the game in the court. Either try to convince or confuse. That's the law of law. I am giving you law of law. 3 important secrets to be a great lawyer. Learn convincing points, but never speak about them. Only confuse the opposite lawyer. Judge, the whole court should be confused, terrorized, so that they just give the judgment what you want. Now, even for that, you need to study law. But don't you understand? You are handling somebody's whole life. The way you are going to train the child, he is going to live with it next 100 years. And for that, you need to study. I tell you, we should make a new law. Unless the couple go through a parenting course and get a certification, do this course, get the certificate, only then you are allowed to have a child. This is not those old days. You have to continuously give birth 3 in 2 years. Come on. Sudha, you need to look in honestly and authentically. You can't do much in US. There are second level options. We have our Vedic schools and N-Vidyalayas, the internet. Even we also have N-Vidyalaya. Just through internet you can bring up your child. Homeschooling. All these are there. But everything is a poor substitute. Best thing you can do is 3 things. 1, get them to the Gurukul. 2nd, never ever come back for 7 years. 3rd, don't try to get them to the house. That's the best thing you will do for your kids. If you want to see them, come during Sarvadarshan, sit in the backside row itself. From there itself see and take my blessings and disappear. Now I tell you, actually I was wondering why Vasishtha was so hard on Dasaratha. Because Vasishtha knows Dasaratha did not have a child for a long time. Almost when he was old only he had a child. When Dasaratha had a child, he was at least above 70. He was above 70. Only then he had a child. And only at that time he had a child. You may ask, how is it possible biologically? In those days it was possible. With some herbs and medicines they have done. That is different. So, Dasaratha did not have a child for a long time. After that he had a child, and Vasishtha also knows the child is God himself. So why Vasishtha was so cruel? That's the right word. Cruel for Dasaratha. I went through Manusmriti. Then I saw that 7 years, if they are completely with the master, the whole bio-memory becomes master's bio-memory. The parents' bio-memory doesn't get into the system. The disconnection happens. So child becomes completely new and alive. That is the reason. Even in our Gurukula, I insist that they spend less time in their homes and less time with their parents. See, if they want their inheritors, then they can keep them in the house itself, bring them up just like you, or bring them down just like you. If you want them to be a real enlightened beings, 7 to 14, just disconnect. Say that this 7 years I will not disturb the child. Sudha, I am giving you 3 main steps. First step, step out of your house, go to the airport. Second, put the child in the Gurukul. Third, don't come back for 7 years to see the child. You can come back to see me, but not the child. Even if you come with 1,000 cows, I'll stand in the welcome center itself, take the 1,000 cows and send you back. As Vasishtha did. Samar Jain is asking, Swamiji, in yesterday's Satsang, I loved the way you compared decision making to a workout. I enjoy taking challenges, but frequently get stressed out in the process. Is this stress healthy, like the sweet pain we get after a workout? First thing, I wanted to make it very clear. Any stress is healthy when you accept stress. Please understand, stress is unhealthy only when you have the concept you may burst at some point. If you feel, if you believe, if I accumulate more and more stress, at some point I may burst. No. Stress is disease based on belief. If you are very clear, no amount of stress is going to make you burst. Stress is not like a steam, understand? See, you visualize stress is like a steam. More steam, more steam, more steam. One day the boiler will explode. No. Every night when you sleep, boiler is emptied again. Every sleep is a stress buster. So how much you can build within one day? Nothing. You are not that intelligent. Even your stress building level is only mediocre level. Understand? It is wrong. Ideas about stress needs to be burst first. Stress busting is nothing but busting the wrong ideas you carry about stress. I wanted to make it very clear. These are all called modern day scientific myths. Myths from the psychology, superstitions from psychiatry, superstitions promoted by Sigmund Freud and Jung. Sigmund Freud and Jung are the most superstitious people on the planet Earth. Unfortunately, got the media attention. That's all. Just one of my ordinary brahmachari can talk more scientifically than Sigmund Freud and Jung. I call him junk, usually. Spelling is same. Of course, content is also same. Sigmund Freud and Jung. It's a superstition promoted by them. The other day I was reading an article. There is one church which gives you the receipt for the money you give, and they believe if all the receipts are kept along with you when you are buried, when you go there to the heaven, you can use this receipt to have a luxury suit. No, really, they are promoting this idea. How they invent their own theories to serve their vested interests. Same way Sigmund Freud and Jung invented the theory of subconscious, the theory of unconsciousness, theory of accumulating the stress. It is invented by pharmacist companies, mental health care business people. Just like how the beauty of concept is invented by cosmetic business industry. See, the cosmetics industry created the concept of beauty and go on maintaining it continuously by that idiotic beauty contest. I tell you, I am defining you the beauty. Beauty is the feeling you carry when somebody appreciates you. Please understand. I am defining in the mundane level, not in the spiritual level. I am defining in the mundane level. Beauty is the feeling you carry when somebody appreciates you. Means if somebody says, "Oh, you look great," then the feeling you carry is beauty for you. And same way, when you make somebody else to have that same feeling about them, in them, it is beauty for that person. Please understand. Beauty idea, the concept of beauty is nothing but give and take. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. You say I am beautiful, I will say you are beautiful. That's all. There is no such thing as standard scale. But this cosmetics industry creates the concept of beauty and keeps it alive continuously. What is actually beauty? Nothing. Just the ideas promoted widely. That's all. There's nothing else called beauty. Even if somebody is so beautiful, all right, you are lost in that person. You can't drink one cup of tea through that mouth. Don't you understand? You can't drink even one cup of tea through that mouth. What is beauty? It is just the concept you create. Just like how the cosmetics industry keeps the disease that you are ugly alive by doing the beauty contest. Same way, the mental health care industry keeps the idea that if you are stressed, you will be sick, alive, to keep their industry alive. And politicians keep the idea that you are weak so that they can be alive. Enlightened being is the only person who breaks the idea that you are unenlightened, and in that way he keeps himself alive. Understand? An enlightened being never keeps himself alive by saying you can't be enlightened. Constantly he says you are already enlightened. Through that way he keeps himself alive. The idea of stress, that if you accumulate stress, you will be suffering, is wrong. Understand, your ideas about stress need to be bust first. The moment you understand this, the pain will really become sweet pain, and after that, even in the sweet pain, the pain will disappear, just only the sweetness will remain. Pain becomes sweet pain, and in the sweet pain, pain disappears and sweet remains. So, continue to make decisions. Continuously take challenges. It's like today you lift 10 kg, and once your muscles are built, then you will be able to lift 20 kg. Same way, take the decisions to exhaust your confidence. Have courage to exhaust your confidence. The next day, you will have more courage and more confidence. Take better decisions. Don't say, today if I lift 10 kg dumbbells, then I will be tired once for all. From tomorrow I will never be able to lift. I would have exhausted all my energy. No. Next day you will have more energy to lift 15 kg or 20 kg. You should always lift and work out the free dumbbells. Because always the fear you may drop on you is there. You will do it properly. If it is a machine, then you will always have a casual way and you will not be doing it sincerely. That is why I am saying, be always an individual entrepreneur. Don't be a manager in somebody else's machine. If you are in somebody else's machine, manager, then working out will not work out for you. Because all the risk you take is inside the boundary given to you. It's not life and death risk. Because finally, somebody else is responsible. Only when you are an entrepreneur, this whole philosophy of taking decisions on your own works out. Working out in the machine is like you being a part of some company and doing this game. Working out with dumbbells means you being responsible for yourself completely. That is why with dumbbells you will always be able to only lift less weight. With machine you will lift more weight. The reason is you feel safe, secured. But the challenge of life is in the game of insecurity. Today all our temples and ashrams and centers should keep the Jivan Mukti book and do puja to it. Worship it. Understand, Jivan Mukti is not just a book, it is a spiritual science. So it is directly the Padukas of Shiva, Mahadeva. Whenever you hold the Jivan Mukti book, please understand you are holding Shiva's feet. It can always lift you to the higher consciousness. Gita Satsang, 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Jnanakarma Sannyasa Yoga, 20th verse. Tyatva karma phala sangam nityatrupto nirashrayah karmani abhipravrittaha apinaiva kinchit karoti saha. Having given up the clinging for the reward of performance with a constant feeling of satisfaction, without depression on anything, though engaged in execution, he does not even do a little action. Having given up the clinging for the reward of performance with a constant feeling of satisfaction, without depression. Actually, the translation is given as without dependence on anything. So I translated into depression. So Jnanatma is showing, no, you wrongly read out. Please read. It is dependence. She believes my team's translation more than my own translation. Dependence on anything. Nirashrayaha. Please understand. Karma bala sangam. Nityatrupto nirashrayaha. Nirashraya. Ashraya means the excitement. Nirashraya means depression. Ashraya means the excitement which comes by the acharati, by the nearness. For example, if I bring the sweet near my tongue, the excitement the tongue feels. If you bring some visuals which your eyes like, when you bring it near eyes, the excitement the eyes feel. If you love somebody, if you come near that person or that person comes near you, the excitement you feel. These are all called ashraya. But all this excitement leads to depression. Excitement by any nearness leads to depression. The excitement just by yourself, like Dakshinamurti. Swatmananda. Just by your very presence, you are excited. I don't see a single reason for Dakshinamurti's excitement. No, really. The fellow is sitting on the rock, under the old banyan tree, and old 4 fellows are there. Any time they may pass away. And this old bull, Nandi, and this nagging Sati, and I don't see any rich items around him. And with all this, his eyes are closed, but he is in bliss. Means there is nothing from outside is necessary to excite him. See, he is not Vishnu. See, Vishnu, if you see, there is so much to get excited. Ocean of milk and the beautiful Anantasayana, the bed of Adisesha, snake bed. See, maybe snake is bad because he has a poison. Otherwise, as a bed, he must be very comfortable. And the Miss Universe, Lakshmi, is pressing the feet, and all the Shamantaga, all the best pearls and gems and diamonds, Parijata, and all the time lying. Nothing to be done. Dakshinamurti, just by himself, is in Swatmananda. Nirashraya means being in Swatmananda, without depression, having given up the clinging for the reward of performance with a constant satisfaction, without depression, though engaged in execution, he does not do even a little action. Each word. Please understand, very beautifully Bhagavan says, though engaged in execution, he does not do even a little action. And what is the meaning of execution and action? Execution means establishing a consciousness and seeing that everything flows as per the consciousness. Action means every day doing every inch. See, when I created this Sangha, I established a consciousness. Now I am just sitting and executing. Understand, execution means establishing a consciousness and seeing the whole flow. If you also want to be out of action, become part of this consciousness, then you will see action happens through you, but you are not even feeling that the action is happening. Having given up the clinging for the reward of performance, with a constant feeling of satisfaction, without depression, though engaged in execution, it does not do even a little action. Desire for name and fame is obviously known. Inside you, without even you knowing, there will be undercurrent of desire. That is what is called clinging. People can give up their desire for name and fame. If they are assured for that, they will be praised later on. That is what is called clinging. Bhagavan is going to the depth of your mind. He says, clinging for the reward of performance, with a constant feeling of satisfaction, fulfilled, without depression, though engaged in execution, he does not even do a little action. Means he's just there in ecstasy. No action touches him. He's not touched by any action. Understand, executing without feeling you are acting is the quality of a leader. Get the Jivan Mukti book. In Tamil also. Tamil, Spanish, all the language. Whatever hard copy is available, get it. We will read few lines from the Jivan Mukti book to commemorate the celebration of the Jivan Mukti release 3rd year. Please understand, this is called traditional part. Means traditionally you open the book with a lot of respect and reverence and read out line by line and contemplate on it.
Irrespective of where they arise from, thoughts and emotions are inseparable. Ancient scriptures say that thoughts create us, so do emotions. We become what our emotions are. Managing our emotions is crucial to transforming our lives. What is love? Whenever we look at something, the first thing we do is to calculate what we can get from it. It can be a person or an object, that doesn't matter. Our thoughts start functioning either through fear or through greed to calculate what there is in the situation for us. Our attention is centered on that object or person. Is it possible to turn our attention towards our own inner space and ask, what can I contribute? What can I add? How can I enrich others? If the process is only to ask, what can I get out of it? Then it is driven by lust. If the process asks, how can I enrich it? It is driven by love. Lust is an energy that demands. Love is an energy that gives. To tell you honestly, it is very difficult to define love exactly. Mere words cannot express it precisely. I am trying to use a few words here. and there so that some words will click within you. Love is an intense experience in one's inner space. Many of us think love is a choice. We think experience and expression of love are a choice. We think that if we want to, we can handle love. Otherwise, we can let it go. No, it is not a choice as we think. It is a basic necessity of life. When I say life, I don't mean just breathing and staying alive. I mean being alive at the innermost being level as a live consciousness. If you can express love, If you can experience love, that is the only way of being alive as a consciousness. If you don't experience and express love, you may inhale and exhale, but you can't say you are a live being. There are so many animals, plants, and other things that breathe day in and day out. You will continue to exist like them, that's all.
Contemplate on this one point. Let the Kundalini energy in you all be intensely awakened and make this one truth as experience in you, transforming your lust into love, overflowing love. Let this one experience happen in all of you.